we came up with this idea of the iPledge. Conrad?
Thank you. My name is Conrad. I work with the team, and I've been on the board of Texas Aviation since it began. I'm a commercial pilot with multi and infant ratings, which I think are important here. And we are with Texas Aviation Foundation. It is a 501c3 corporation that we received permission from the IRS. So it's a charitable organization for the promotion of aviation, general aviation in the state of Texas. We're also concentrating, I think beginning, we should concentrate on safety. My committee, Mike Orff here, and Mark. Where are you, Mark? He was here a minute ago, but he's working. We have worked on trying to come to an idea of how you save yourself from dying. So welcome to this safety day put on by Texas Aviation and Skyport, Redbird. We are, in general aviation, safety is basically an open field. We are one of the more dangerous forms of transportation in the world here in our states. Deborah Hersman, who is the chairman of the National Transportation Safety Board, has told general aviation, we know that you can do better and you must do better. That's sort of the beginning point of our work. We must do better. Rod Machado, who writes in AOPA Pilot and other places, has written that he doesn't think we can do it, that we are as safe as we can be. His husband, in the meantime, is proposing new regulations which will come out next year. The problem with general aviation, obviously, is that it is an expression of freedom. Just think, going to Dallas in your airplane instead of on Southwest Airlines is demonstrating freedom. You are no longer a cow being herded into the airplane. You fly your own. You learn how to do it, and you get it done. The freedom that we have in general aviation has to come with some responsibilities. You know, I've listened to Gary several times, and he tells us that when you get in a car, you go on the freeway for 1 mile, you've gone 1 mile. When you get in an airplane and go 1 mile on the runway, the world is your oyster. You can go anywhere with that 1 mile. But it comes with responsibilities. It comes with your responsibility not to kill yourself, your passengers, and bring grief to your family. So, welcome to the pledge system that we are promoting with Texas Aviation Foundation. It has been a long process getting to a system that is simple enough to use, and at the same time get the point across that you can save yourself and not die while flying. Let's review where we are. First of all, you can see at the top there, general aviation has not changed its accident rate significantly since 1995. We kill each other, we kill planes, we kill people at about the same rate per 100,000 flying miles as we did in 1995. Some years it goes up, some years it goes down. While all classes of airplanes other than general aviation have reduced their accident rate and fatalities. General aviation stays about the same. The fatal accidents have increased by 25% in general aviation. They're down in all others. Our accident rate is 6 times higher than Part 135 airplanes and 40 times higher than transport commercial. More than 70% of the accidents are pilot error. The same causes of accidents repeat year after year. Many safety seminars that we go to have not changed the number of accidents. Twice, yeah. Much better avionics. Think about the better avionics we have now than we had in 1995. GPS, we had no GPS in 1995. We have automatic pilots that are magnificent. Mine will take you to the runway. Glass, instant weather in your airplane, right there beside you, telling you what's going on, have not changed the number of accidents. We have more simulators, biannual testing, more controlled airspace, better controllers, will not change the number of accidents. Last week I did an instrument approach in San Marcos in one of these simulators at Phoenix Horizon in Austin on Burnet Road. It takes no time at all if you live in Austin to get there. And it's magnificent. I did it all right, even though they had plugged in substantial turbulence. The new regulations, better instructors, many new airplanes have not changed the number of accidents. It's just amazing. So we have examined the null reports. We've isolated the 6 major reasons why pilots crash. There are 6 major reasons why pilots crash and cause the pilots to take action that we need to do. Year after year, it's not changed. Year after year, the same causes crunch airplanes, hurt and kill good pilots and passengers. And using our system, the pledge system, each pilot, you, can affirmatively promise and pledge not to die. That's the We want you to pledge that you will not die, that you will not crunch the airplane. The pledge, we want you to recite the pledge or be aware of the pledge every time that you get in the airplane and before you turn the key. And we want you to be reminded of your pledge by the design of the system. The system addresses, the pledge addresses all 6 major causes of accidents by pilots every year. The number 1 in the list, which is the easiest fix, is running out of gas. Believe it or not, people run out of gas. You cannot, if you buzz, you're going to be killed probably. Just abide by the rules. So let's go through. Let me look at this. Now, can y'all see this? Yeah. Okay. Now I would like for you to stand. Please stand. Raise your hand and pledge. I pledge to eyeball each gas tank, to check weather before flight, no VFR into IMC, no stalls, keep up the speed, no buzzing, shout guns on approach. Let's follow the rest and do the checks each time, not to crunch it or die when I fly. For me, my passengers, and my family, I pledge. You see, if you do that, this pledge covers all of the 6 causes that create all the accidents in general aviation. In addition to this pledge, we have created, with the help of a lot of people, an acronym. The acronym, which we carry on the back of our pledge card, is PLEDGE. We pledge here, peek at the gas tank, that's P. Left, look at the weather, pledge, look at the weather. E, elude VFR and IMC. Do not stall, keep up the speed. Ground hurts, no buzzing. And exclaim and shout, guns, on approach. Very simple, and if you keep this pledge, you will not die while flying. You increase your chances of living by 70%. I think it's worth it to so pledge and to keep that in mind. What we have to help you remember this pledge, we have a triangle which is yellow in color and like the warning signs on the highways that say, I pledge. And you attach that to your pitot tube, your gust lock, or your side stick with a little ring here. And keep that in your airplane so that every time you get in it, you see that. Reminding you of your pledge that you've just done. We also have these cards, these 8x4 cards, which will fit right in your checklist. And they should be in your checklist. We are arranging with Redbird here that we'll have one of these pledge cards in every checkbook they have, every checklist they have. We have flying club members who will keep a checklist in each plane that is ready. And then we have a small triangular sticker, which we'd like for you to put on your instrument panel so that you will remember that you pledged. This is the first time that I know of that pilots have promised to do these things that cause planes to crash. You're always told what to do, but this time we are saying, we promise, we pledge, we will do these things and not die. We also have business cards and decals and posters, like this one over here that you saw when you came in, that we're going to distribute at the TAC conference next week to all the fixed base operators in order to promote the pledge. Now, I want to tell you that we are a new organization. We have received some seed money for this. We're now out actively seeking financing. Anyone who wants to make a donation can certainly do so. We will give you a receipt and you can deduct it off your income tax from the federal government. I hope that this is a simple program that you will take to heart. When you leave today, we would like for you to take from us one of the cards that goes in your checklist, one that goes on your gust lock, a sticker that goes on your instrument panel, and a business card that you put in your pocket so you remember the pledge. Last year, when we were working on the beginning of this program, there were some students from North Texas State who came to the TAC conference in Galveston. They came down to our booth. And we were just beginning this idea of the pledge, and I had them all raise their hand and pledge that they would check their gas tank before they took off. They would not buzz, various things that we'd already started with. And for the next 2 days, every time they saw me, they said, I pledge. And then when we ate at the banquet, they all came around and sat at the table, and as they sat down, they said, we pledge. I pledge. It's important. It's important that we change the face of general aviation. We cannot continue to kill at the rate we are doing it. Over 1,000 planes, 1,181 planes were wrecked in 2010, the last report on the null report. That's too many. You've heard of all the crashes in Texas recently. We had one here in San Marcos where a man took off in 0-0 weather. Went about 20 feet, I think, 30 feet, 300 feet before he crashed. You have to get it in your head that while it is freedom you have to fly, it comes with responsibilities and obligations. The rest of the speakers will tell you about your obligations here.